It's 9/11. I watched them read the names this morning of the 3,000 plus people that died on the September 11th controlled demolition that took place in the World Trade Center and also in 7 World Trade Center. I call it a controlled demolition because I do not accept the story that 19 Saudi Arabians boarded commercial airliners and smashed into the towers, bringing them down. I don't think the commercial airliners brought the towers down. I think they were demolished with explosives. And then you say, well, then you're crazy, or you're a fanatic, you're a lunatic. All I'm asking, and in a calm voice, is that they reopen the investigation. There are too many unanswered questions. The biggest attack on American soil 9 years ago, and nobody claimed responsibility. Nobody claimed. I mean, if you successfully manage to attack a nation, the United States, and topple 2 massive buildings and kill thousands of its citizens, you would take credit, wouldn't you? Nobody took credit. And the Saudi Arabians, these alleged terrorists were all Saudi. So if they were Saudi Arabians, why didn't some faction that they belonged to step forward and say that we did this for, to show America that they had better be tolerant of us or fear us? Or nothing like that happened. All right, there's a number of points to be made here. Number one, the major media outlets, they all kowtow to the government's bullshit explanation. Nobody has done any independent investigation. None of the major networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, none of them, because they're run by corporations, and they kowtow to the administration, to the government, to the George Bush administration, the Obama administration. They'll do what they're told. Independent investigations have already shown blaring holes in the story that we were presented with about what actually happened on September 11th. The people, you people, every individual, need to wake up. There are 2 types of people in this country now. There are people who accept the story that was given, and there are those who know the truth. Truth is the only authority. You can't, it's an injustice. It's a mockery of those people who died on September 11th to pretend that that's what happened, to not look into this, to not investigate who is behind the actual engineering of this horrible massacre, and to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, to make them pay. It's a crime, and it's a crime. It's a slap in the face. It's disgusting. It's spitting in the eyes of the family members left behind to let this go unchecked. I'm disgusted with the major media outlets and also with law enforcement agents. There are policemen that died that day and firemen that died trying to help the people. They died. Now, how can any other policeman out there, detectives, any detective with a mind that got him to detective and analyzes the circumstances, knows that it stinks to high heaven, that the story that we were given about the structural failing because of the jetliners is bogus? What about Building 7 that fell 8 hours later when nothing hit it? How do you explain that away? And as a law enforcement agent, how do you turn your back on this blaring evidence that says reinvestigate this? Even the 9/11 Commission, even Thomas Kane threw his hands up in disgust, said he was told what to say and what to put in the report. Governor Jesse Ventura knows what happened. Charlie Sheen stepped up. He sees the inconsistencies, and the American people, all you people with your Xboxes and your Nintendo 64 and your Wii, and you're playing Halo and Call of Duty, you need to really object. You need to object and demand an investigation. We, the people. And let me tell you, and Obama, he's nothing new. He stepped up the amount of people in Afghanistan. He's just playing the game. He's just doing what he's told. being manipulated. We can't be manipulated. Something died in me on September 11th. My patriotism died when I realized that I was being handed a crock of shit about what actually took place. What took place was greed, pure and simple. Murder, a massacre of innocent humans to further a political and warmongering objective. And the objective was to get us into Iraq to get oil. So people died for money that day. And I will say this every September 11th until I'm silenced, or until I'm killed, or till the truth comes out. I don't know, whatever. That's it. That's all I have to say. How do I stop it? I don't know. I'm not recording. Great.